Hard to believe it, but this year Gen-Xers are turning 50, baby boomers turning 70, two generations that are redefining what we think about age.
So then at what age are we the happiest, and is there such thing as the perfect age? Jennifer Lammers gets some answers in a new Fox doc.
It appears there is such a thing as the perfect age.
We are living longer and we're having better lives because of that as we age.
I always answer. I kept away from boozing women until I was 12.
What is the perfect age? That one magic number that makes us the happiest we'll ever be in our lives. From a 100-year-old who's defied the conventions of age by going to work every day, to patients who defy age by going under the knife, to researchers who pour decades into figuring it all out. We explore the question, what is the perfect age?
Gil Seltzer runs his own architectural firm in West Orange, New Jersey. He's here every day. It's just him, his blueprints, and his rulers. Seems pretty ordinary until you hear this. Seltzer is 100 years old.
I still feel as I did 20 years ago. I'm able to perform. My hands don't shake. My fingers hold a pencil nicely. And I love my work.
Today, this World War II veteran has 2 children, 2 grandchildren, and no great-grandchildren yet, but he is waiting. And yes, he does have a lady friend.
You go on dates?
Absolutely.
What do you do when you go on dates?
Well, I'm not going to tell you everything, but I will say that we go to the movies, we go to concerts, we go to the opera.
Seltzer is one of a record number of centenarians worldwide, enjoying life in later years. This woman in South Africa celebrated her 100th birthday by jumping out of a plane. In its annual survey of centenarians, United Healthcare found that while most of them are nostalgic for their 30s, the age where they were happiest is much older.
What we see is those years, 70s, 80s, 90s, and even now, there were quite a few seniors and quite a few centenarians that said the last few decades, or this time right now, being over the age of 100 is the best time of my life. So I think that that should give a lot of us hope for aging in the future.
But why? How are we happier as we get older? Shouldn't it be the opposite? Dr. Arthur Stone led the research on a 2010 study from the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences that showed, on average, a person's happiness does peak later in life.
It's in that upper age range where people seem to be reporting the most satisfaction with their lives and the least amounts of stress and worry.
When you look at the study, it's actually shaped like a U, and it's pretty much the same for men and women. Happiness is high between 18 and 21, and drastically drops once we enter the real world. It keeps declining until 50, and starts to rise again as we get older. And here's what's surprising. It shows that we're even happier at age 85 than we were at 18.
As we age, we start changing how we think about the goals in our life. We start looking to the more immediate things that are happening to us. We start engaging with people, having better social relationships with people, in part because we know that time is short.
Living for the day instead of stressing out over college, bills, jobs, and kids. But Mark Bradbury with AARP has a different take. Bradbury, who's 52, says we don't have to wait until we're old and gray to be the happiest we've ever been.
50 can be the best years of your life. After 50, it's about setting yourself up for the rest of your life and staying fit and youthful and vital because you've got plans then.
He says baby boomers, the largest population, along with celebrities we grew up with, are setting a new bar for what it means to age. Brooke Shields turns 50 in May, Elizabeth Hurley in June, Jeremy Piven in July, Ben Stiller in November. Stars like Sarah Jessica Parker, Robert Downey Jr., and Chris Rock turned 50 this year.
The celebrities are turning 50 now because they look so young and they're so active and still so productive. They're helping people not fear turn 50.
Nancy Chira is the perfect example. She's 55 and says she's never been happier.
I have grown kids. I don't have babies anymore. I have adult children. I think this is a perfect age.
After raising 5 kids, Chira says it's finally time to focus on herself. For her, that means seeing Dr. Norman Rowe, one of New York City's top plastic surgeons.
I find that majority of people who come to me feel very youthful inside, and they want their outer appearance to kind of reflect that, to be perfectly honest.
He points to a 2013 Harris poll of more than 2,000 adults who were asked what they thought was the perfect age. Most agreed that it's around 50 years old. When the same poll was conducted 10 years ago, that number was 10 years younger, with most adults surveyed saying 41 was the perfect age.
We're all aging. The baby boomer population is aging. The vast majority of the U.S. population now is, I think, over the age of 50. So I think as we age, the 50 is now the new 40. So people want to look as good as they feel.
Of course, you can make the argument the perfect age depends on circumstance, your career, your relationships, where you're living. So we took that question to the streets. What's your perfect age?
Why do you like 21? Because you're at that age where you're legal, so it's still fun and you're still young.
I'm enjoying my 30s. I think they're pretty good.
Why is that?
Why is that?
Yeah.
My mistakes of my 20s are gone. I have more money now to enjoy things that I like to do, but I'm still learning about myself.
Well, the ideal age is 53.
53? Okay, so why do you think that?
Because my kids are grown. My husband and I just moved into the city, and it's like we're dating again. It's great.
As surprising as it may be, it does appear that the golden years really are golden. Sure, even though our faces will wrinkle, our bodies won't work the way they used to, and everything else that comes with age, the older we get, the happier we are. As for our friend Gil,
I'm smiling.
I asked him if he has any plans to retire. To that, he said, "I'll retire when I'm old."
I love my work, and I can't wait to get to the office in the morning.
Gil's so fantastic. He also says he doesn't ever exercise and eats whatever he wants. Go figure. So, yes, by all accounts, the perfect age is 50 years old, and most experts say that number will just keep getting higher over time. So the moral here is if you dread the idea of getting older, don't, because, our best years are still to come.
It is incredible. The ages we used to think were really old. That guy was 52. It's incredible. It keeps getting younger and younger.
Absolutely.
It gets better.
It's definitely encouraging. It's definitely encouraging.
Stress level goes down, because you're through raising the children, and it's kind of smooth sailing. Yeah.
It's good to have something to look forward to.
Thanks, Jen.
It's not all downhill after 25. Very good. Thank you, Jen. All right, the conversation continues on our digital platforms, including our Facebook page. Tell us what you think is the perfect age. Check an exclusive web video as well to see what happened when we found out what children have to say about that.